Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. We got some important stuff to talk about today. But if we don't get to some of these other things, I'm telling you, the topics just slip by. And I'll give you an example. Romney. Romney's back. He wants to become the senator of Utah, replacing Senator Orrin Hatch. Now, Senator Orrin Hatch has been a rhino his entire career. Happy that he's gone to some degree, right? He hasn't been the best representative of Republicans. I'm talking about the people who put Republic in Republicans. But when Donald Trump took office, Orrin Hatch started thinking very differently. He's talked about Donald Trump having the guts to actually tackle problems. I bet you there are a lot of congressmen and senators who are saying to themselves, man, this is what we were sent here for. Donald Trump is saying, why don't you guys act? See, they've become so used to not acting, to just saying, well, I don't know what the public thinks. I want to keep my seat. I want to be safe. And Donald Trump's going, look, I'm term limited. I'm going to get stuff done. I have a legacy that I can build over an 8-year period. That's 2 college degrees, times for college degrees. And if you're smart, it's time for 4 of them. Time enough for 4 college degrees. And he's saying, I'm going to study this and I'm going to get things done. And year 1 was absolutely masterful. The man is a genius in so many levels, because you have to understand all the pressures that the guy's facing. So Orrin Hatch sees this, and I think he's not the only one. I believe many of these politicians are going, holy cow, man, this dude, he comes in and, things that we've wanted to do but we're afraid to address, he addresses. And when Donald Trump gets it to sway to that 51%, which is the polling, but it's really more like 67 in reality, these guys jump on board. Tax cuts are a perfect example. I mean, look, the leadership was never going to let tax cuts happen. Even though Barack Obama asked for them, they weren't going to get it. But there were too few Republicans afraid to press Obama on tax cuts. See, leadership, if I'd been in Congress, I would have said, man, this dude knows nothing about economics. He's coming here, he's ruining the economy. And unless he passes tax cuts, he's an idiot. And I would have gone and met with companies and said, look, I've already got a consortium of governors who say if you come to their state, they'll do this for you. They'll give you tax, breaks and things like this. Let's bring those businesses back. And I understand that we can't do anything about the Fed right now, but we can do stuff here. I would have been orchestrating behind Obama's back to force his hand. Now, it would have been a lot tougher. It was much easier for Donald Trump to say, okay, Carrier, if you Raytheon, you move Carrier, you're going to lose big contracts. Okay, we leave Carrier alone. It was one thing for Trump to be able to say to Ford, hey, look, I'm going to arbitrarily raise tariffs, and you're going to be hit if you continue manufacturing offshore. Okay, we're not going to do it, President Trump. Hey, guys, if I can get these tax rates down for you by executive order or otherwise, is that going to help you? Yeah, we'll come back. And what happens? That leadership made it happen, and it's easier for the president, for Congress to have fought the president, Senate or otherwise, fought Barack Obama. Would have been tough, but it could have been done. Now these guys, though, they're showing, we got a leader. We got a guy who will build a wall. He's given enough reasons to do it. He's getting rid of bad banditos. He's making sure that we look good on what's going on here. That the Republican side, the conservative point of view, is getting enough media coverage that we're not at the mercy of the media any longer. We're not at the mercy of the Alinsky tactics of the left. But I hate that now that Orrin Hatch has made this transition, Romney comes in, and he and President Trump are playing footsies right now. President Trump said, hey, good luck in your run, Romney. Now, other people are mad. They're going, well, what's Romney? Why is he going from Massachusetts to Utah? Why is he going to be a senator when he's really a carpetbagger? For me, it's a demotion. I think when you're a governor, why would you want to step down and become a senator? Governors have budget control and life and death in their hands. Why would you want to be one of 100? Oh, I know it's prestigious versus one of 435 house, but it's still one of 100. There aren't that many governors and they have a lot more power. But Romney's willing to take that step down. Now the question is why? How's he going to legislate? Now here's what I think is cool about this. Donald Trump says, congratulations, Governor Romney. Hope you make it. Good luck to you. Throws out an olive branch. They've supposedly had 2 or 3 conversations. And here's what I will tell you about Donald Trump. They had a hard fought, when he was going through the primary, he had a hard fought battle against all the other Republican opponents. Romney came out and said the dude was reckless. He was crazy. We never should have elected him, blah, 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 or shouldn't elect him. And, had some cold words. I remember that speech. I watched it. And I thought Romney delivered it well. And he made some good points based on what we thought we knew about President Trump at the time. But now that Romney's got a year under his belt with President Trump, I would hope that he goes, you know what? This guy knows what he's doing. Now, President Trump, to his credit, says, hey, let bygones be bygones. And I think that's so cool. He's got Rick Perry on his staff. He's got Ben Carson on his staff. Others who didn't like him at the time, who he may have even said some bad things about and during the run-up. And then he says, you know what? We were fighting, man. So all's forgiven on my end. Here's a cabinet position. I think you're actually pretty good at this spot. Now go prove it. Continue your career. If you work under the Trump administration and you're good, there's no reason why you can't win. And here's what's interesting to me. Romney immediately comes out. He says, I want to be the next senator from Utah, and he goes against the grain on gun control. 2 or 3 issues that are out there right now floating around. He goes against the grain, apologizing to the media, whatever. Very anti-Trumpian. When are the Republicans going to get it and say, you know what? I can stand behind this president and his tactics work. People want truth and they want results. I'm seeing more and more Republicans who they're talking about. Kevin, they're going to be leaving. They're leaving office. And I think to myself, good. That's the cleansing that Donald Trump talked about. That is the draining of the swamp that Donald Trump talked about. And my hope is that whether it's Romney coming in as a senator from Utah, if he makes it, because I don't know that he's going to make it necessarily, but if he does, or these new congressmen who will be coming into the House, replacing Trey Gowdy and the like. President Trump said, hey, good luck in your run, Romney. Now, other people are mad. They're going, well, what's Romney? Why is he going from Massachusetts to Utah? Why is he going to be a senator when he's really a carpetbagger? For me, it's a demotion. I think when you're a governor, why would you want to step down and become a senator? Governors have budget control and life and death in their hands. Why would you want to be one of 100? Oh, I know it's prestigious versus one of 435 House, but it's still one of 100. There aren't that many governors, and they have a lot more power. My hope is each of these guys understands that when you are steadfast, true, and loyal to the American public, you can be successful. More on this teacher arrest when we come back.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.